Welcome to Get Together, a community podcast for fans where we cover all things games, entertainment, and technology exclusively on the G.E.T network. I'm your host, Buddha. I'm here alongside my good friend Showtime.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, sir. And we can't thank you enough for setting aside some of your time to be here with us today. Together, we'll be bringing you the latest about games, entertainment, and tech from around the world. On this week's episode, we'll be talking about Sony's new PlayStation 5 Slim, or is it a Slim, this holiday season,
Right.
Microsoft's reorganization with the Xbox platform, a new GTA might be on the horizon, some
Yes, sir.
entertainment news with Disney and Marvel, some gaming news with Zelda having a live action movie, the actor strike finally coming to an end,
Mm.
and also some technology news with Apple's new high end MacBook Pro that comes in black this time. Lenovo launches the new Legion Go, a handheld gaming PC that looks similar to a Nintendo Switch, and also a new Steam Deck with an OLED screen. Ooh.
Spicy.
And we might sprinkle a little bit of other things in there throughout the show today. So whether you're a gamer, a movie or TV buff, or a tech geek, Get Together is the podcast for you. So what's up, Showtime? How you doing, man?
I've been good, man. Games. Trying to finish up Harry Potter. Um, Man, it's just so many games. I'm still deep in like Starfield. Diablo was crazy. I think last time we were talking about Diablo. I got 10 hours free play. That was amazing. I think I got like an hour left, so hopefully I can hop back on, just play for it just for a little bit until I buy the game all the way, or if it comes on Game Pass, I don't know. We'll
Right,
see 2024. But yeah.
right,
Oh, I
right.
also was on Fortnite OG. I don't know if you've seen that. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've seen
yeah. No,
that
that was a
OG.
big, big thing. Fortnite. The
Yes.
chapter one, the OG map came back.
Yes, sir. The OG map came back. They had 44 million players on that thing. I believe it's November 6th or November 7th. It's crazy. 44
Yeah,
million players.
that's a lot of people. That's a lot
That's
of people.
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
There was a 10-minute queue just to join up. At first, when the first initially launched, it was about an hour wait to get into the game. But by the time I got home, it was only 10-minute wait. So crazy.
Yeah. Um, I had my birthday last week and I finished Starfield. My first playthrough of Starfield.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you. It was definitely an achievement. I think I put an equivalent of maybe like 60 hours, 70 hours.
Yeesh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Like I said, my first playthrough. I'm gonna do another playthrough after they do some patches and add some extra
Mhm.
stuff and things like that. Because my backlog is crazy. I got a lot of
Very.
games and TV shows and movies to watch. Like there's Loki tonight, the finale, and
Mm.
you got some anime. We've got a lot of tech that I got to read about. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Well,
No,
let's get into it. Let's
yeah.
let's let's go over the news. What's going on?
What's
Let's
going
get
on
let's
out there?
get
All
into it.
right, so we're gonna talk about gaming first. Always talking about gaming first. So this time we have a new look for the PS5 console coming this holiday season. This comes directly from Sony's blog, from Sony's senior director Schumann, the Sony Interactive Entertainment Content Communications. As the holiday season approaches, we are excited to share that we have a new PS5 model launch. To address the evolving needs of the players, our engineering and design teams have collaborated on a new form factor that provides greater choice and flexibility. The same technology features that make PS5 the best place to play are packed into a smaller form factor, along with an attachable Ultra HD Blu ray disc drive and a 1 terabyte SSD for more internal storage. I mean, 1 terabyte, that's definitely something that we would
A lot of
like to
room. Yeah.
see.
Mm-hmm. A lot of room.
It is. It is. 'Cause the last one came with about 800 something.
Yeah, but I put a SSD in my thing. With the heat sink. I think I got about 4 terabytes in my PS5 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And for our visual watchers, we have showing a trailer from Sony about the PS5 Slim. We're also going to show some pictures that we have here of the PS5 Slim directly from
Yeah, and I
Sony.
mean, definitely, size-wise, you can tell that the PS5 Slim is definitely shorter. It's definitely also a little slimmer. It's not as slim, but it's still slim. To me, I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. I'm definitely going to keep rocking my original PS5. What about you?
No, I'm definitely keeping my PS5, but I think this
Hmm.
is more so for Sony than it is for the consumers, because usually, typically, when a slim console come, you get a price cut, and in
Right.
this case, you actually got a price increase with the
Mm,
digital edition. But
mm,
for Sony, this is actually a very smart move. You get to have, instead of two PS5s essentially on the floor, you get to have one. And if you want to upgrade later to having a disc, you can actually do that. Or if you want to start off with a disc, you can do that.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think the original PS5 would be discontinued because now there's a PS5 Slim?
Absolutely. Because this PS5 is more about the ergonomics of it all and the economics of it all, with them
Mm,
changing the yields, going to a smaller nanometer
yeah.
chip. You get
Hmm.
to streamline the process of making these consoles, and it's cheaper for them, and they also get to raise the price, so they actually make
Mm,
more money than they were before.
they're
So yeah,
sneaky.
yeah.
Sony is sneaky. That's one thing about Sony. They gonna get you.
No,
They
they are. So the previous
uh
price of the digital edition was $399. The new digital edition is $499, and the new Slim with the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive will continue to be $499 in the U.S. and $549 with euros in Europe.
mm,
So Sony also states on their website that once inventory of the current PS5 model has sold out, the new PS5 will become the only model available. So that answers our
mm,
question right there.
mm. There you go. There you have it.
All right.
So it's going to be PS5 Slim, and then hopefully, I don't know. They're trying to streamline this whole PS5 process, but next thing got to be the Pro. So I don't know how long that's going to be. Technically, I feel like we still don't need it because we're still not even reaching full potential of PS5 games like with 4K 120. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, there are rumors that it could potentially be next year. But the way I see it is, PS5 Slim might debut with GTA 6.
You mean PS5 Pro?
PS5 Pro, or just the PS5 like Slim. Like you can get that with the new GTA 6, and it's gonna, I don't know, it could become a crazy bundle. They've been doing bundles out
You
here
mean
now. I
this
don't know if
Slim?
you ever. Yeah, yeah, they're doing bundles. So I mean,
Well,
I'm just
yeah. I
saying.
mean, historically,
I
Sony
mean,
has been the person that has the market, or should I say, the marketing for the
mhm.
Rockstar games. So I would assume
Yeah.
that this one would be no different.
No different. Definitely no different.
Yeah, but if I was a betting man, I would definitely say PS5 Pro will be bundled with the GTA 6 next holiday
Mm.
for
Yeah?
sure. For sure.
Calling it? You called it?
For
Oh
sure.
man, EP1, y'all. EP1.
For sure. EP1. Speaking of Sony, tell us about what Sony had planned. You know, they had 12 live service games, and now they're apparently closing it. You know, they're cutting it in half.
um,
What are they doing?
so yeah, the 12 live service games. Apparently it was gonna be 12, but now it's not anymore. It's actually gonna be cut down. So that's the latest news with that. But let's get into it.
So we have an article from Andy Robinson from VGC, Video Games Chronicle. He says SIE, which stands for Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE has previously said it planned to have 12 live service titles in the market by its fiscal year ending in March 2026, up from the three during its last business year ending in this March. Quote, we are reviewing this. We are trying as much as possible to ensure these games are enjoyed and liked by gamers for a long time, he said. Of the 12 titles, 6 titles will be released by physical year 25. That's our current plan. As for the remaining six, we are still working on that. So, for what I take from that quote is they didn't necessarily cancel 6 of the games,
Mm,
they just delayed the six and probably shifted the budget from half of those and injected those into the
mhm.
first six to try to
I
make
mean,
see which one's going to work. You only need one.
yeah, you only need one to stick. You only need one to stick. So instead of the way I see it is, instead of doing 12, you do a solid six, see how that goes, and then if it's booming, you don't know yet. This is a trial run. You don't know yet. Like if it's booming, then go ahead, release the additional six. Here you go. How is this? That's the way I see it.
So,
So
but with the way games are being made, they're taking 5 plus years to make nowadays. Do you
right.
think by the time some of these live service games are out, do you think they're going to be outdated, or are people still going to be asking for games as a service type games?
The question is, do people still want live service? And I mean, with prices continuing to go up on PlayStation Network, I don't know if you guys know, but prices have went up for subscription. I actually canceled my subscription. I'm going to see what comes out on Black Friday, but it's even more expensive now to even get that live stream service.
I believe it
So,
went up 30%.
uh, whew, whew,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
pretty penny, pretty
So,
penny.
yeah, people are already struggling out here. Let's keep it real. People are already struggling out here. And then, am I a true hardcore gamer? Do I also need live stream? Am I going to be able to play my live stream anywhere? Anywhere. That's my question. Am I going to be playing my live stream anywhere? Um, but again, some people have 8-hour jobs that they got to attend to. So it's just
Right.
like,
The way I see it is, you everybody already has their room for maybe 1.5 live service games, and the ones that are out there, they're already established. The Fortnites of the world, the Warzone,
right,
the
right.
Apex. You got not even talking about the MOBAs and things like that, but
Hmm.
there's a bunch of those games. And the thing about those games is they want you to stay in that world, so you don't even have
Right,
time to go to anything else. So throwing
right,
6 of those games at me, knowing I don't even have time for, barely have time for one, that's
right.
that's a sticky
Yeah,
proposition for anybody.
yeah. Definitely. And then all these games like again like you were saying Fortnite, Apex, they come with a live service subscription already. Like I can go and buy some skins or I can go and buy a dance. I can
Battle
go,
passes,
and yeah, like so I mean, again, more money. More money.
more money,
So
and we're gonna move on. Microsoft reorgs its Xbox and marketing teams to prepare for an AI and gaming future. This comes from Tom Warren for The Verge. Microsoft is reorganizing its Xbox gaming and marketing leadership, less than 2 weeks after acquiring Activision Blizzard. Microsoft is promoting Matt Booty to president of game content and studios, including the new responsibility of ZeniMax, and Sarah Bond to Xbox president, overseeing all Xbox platform and hardware work. I just want to pause for a second right there because to
mm,
me, what's significant about that is Sarah Bond is not only a woman in gaming, but she's a woman that is the head of a trillion
mm,
dollar gaming platform holder. And number two, Sarah Bond is not only just a woman, but she is a woman
mm,
of color in an industry that we already know has been hard for
mhm,
numerous people of color.
mhm,
We continue. Sarah Bond will now take over the hardware and software platforms of Xbox. To manage the platform of today and build the platform tomorrow, we are bringing together the teams that will make this possible, explains Spencer. Quote, Sarah Bond will lead this team as president of Xbox, bringing together devices, player, and creator experiences, platform engineering, strategy, business planning, data, and analytics, and business development, end quote. Bond will now be responsible for the future of Xbox in both hardware and software, which may include a redesigned diskless Xbox Series X next year and a next gen hybrid console in 2028.
Mm.
That's a lot to take in right there.
That's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in. So, yeah, PlayStation, I guess, did it first. Technically, they did it first. But that sounds like to me Xbox Pro version, Xbox Series X Pro version, gonna come out. To me, that's what that sounds like. 2028. Maybe it could be 2027. Holiday 2027.
No, what they
But
mean 2028 is the next gen begins. So that's PS6 in 2028. The
yeah,
Xbox is not having a pro console this generation.
you don't
From
think
what
so?
no, Phil
Mm,
Spencer said that the Xbox Series X is the pro console and the Xbox Series S is the regular console. They started from the jump.
I mean, I get that, but now it's like the Xbox Series S can't even handle, to my knowledge, can't even handle the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 because
Says
it's
who?
so big. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I mean, the new Series S is 1 terabyte. So Call of Duty is
Right,
250 gigs. You could fit Call of Duty on a 1 terabyte hard drive. There's no issues there. And for
right.
anybody saying anything about the Series S and it's lacking power, I point to Alan Wake, which is one of the best looking games of this generation. And
Yeah.
it runs completely fine on the Series S. And also, Larian Studios even said that
Hmm.
due to them having extra time and having to optimize for the Series X for Baldur's Gate, that is going to help the code on the PS5, the PC, and the Xbox version because you get to optimize even better. And I believe that's the whole goal Microsoft had with these two consoles is to force developers to cut out most of the fat and not rely on brute force too much and optimize your games to the best of your ability because all that's going to do is be able to play your games on more places and eventually obviously you get more money that way.
Definitely. Well, everything has to be optimized nowadays because you can make the Series S optimizable, so people put the extra screens on them and then carry them out, play them on an airplane if they really can,
Yeah,
or
but it's more
whatever the
about
case may be.
time
But
and money because when trying to squeeze a 10 teraflop game into 4
mm,
teraflops, when it comes to a publisher, I'd rather just brute force the whole thing, get it done, versus spending the extra time and manpower to having to
mm.
get it on a Series S, which is going to take, let's just say, give or take an extra half a year to a year to optimize. But if that
So,
optimization is going to benefit the game in the long run, wouldn't I want to spend that money to get it done correctly
mm,
the first time?
that's true. That's true. But now you don't even need a console nowadays. They're starting to put a what Game Pass on TVs.
Yeah, Game Pass is on
So,
Samsung TVs. Game Pass
how are they
is
doing that? They're live streaming. They have to.
well, Microsoft has all their servers has a Xbox Series X in the server. So you basically
Mhm.
are streaming from a
Yeah.
Series X console in a sense, but it's just a blade. It's just, the motherboard in the sense of the Series X. And you could stream that anywhere. Any device that has a screen,
Right.
excuse me, you'll be able to stream it. So
Mhm.
they're trying to do a vision where they want to reach people where they are because the biggest barrier entry when it comes to gaming is dropping that $500. As we just saw with the Sony Slim, they rose the price on a slimmer console to
Right.
450 and $500. So in order to play a next gen game, theoretically I have to pay
Uh,
the upfront fee. So what Microsoft is trying to do is take that barrier away and say, hey, if you have a screen that has at least a browser and you give
mhm.
us $15 a month, you'll be able to stream next gen games. And also, the big thing that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to is you don't necessarily have to upgrade to next gen. You can keep a Xbox One and just stream the next gen versions of those games on your Xbox One using Game Pass.
Mm.
So it's a forward compatibility, backward compatibility kind of thing. What I like about this generation is everybody has their niche. Nintendo has their niche, Sony has their
Yeah,
niche,
definitely.
Microsoft has their
Definitely.
niche, and
Hmm.
competition is great. And as long as
Competition is
everybody's
very
competing,
great.
we we win
Competition
at
is
the end.
very great. Right. Exactly. Everybody wins.
Right. The only people who are not winning right now are the people who played and bought Modern Warfare 3 this year.
Oh man. And people are coming at Xbox. Xbox saying they're the reason that it looks that it got a low score. A score of a 4, I believe IGN gave it. Uh
Did,
Fans are like review bombing. Like it's the
did
shortest game
they?
in history, which makes no sense to me. It's the shortest game in history. All of a sudden, Call of Duty comes to Xbox. Activision comes to Xbox, and now people are upset over, the campaign. People don't even play campaign. All of a sudden, now y'all playing campaign. Come on. People used to really buy Call of Duty for just multiplayer, like, and they took that away because they figured, okay, we just gotta sell the whole game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. There's a great article actually on Bloomberg by the good Jason Schreier, and he talks about how traditionally a Call of Duty studio takes about 3 years to make a game. And this game, since it technically started off as DLC, they only had a year and a half of development. And a year and a half of development, you get what you get.
Right.
This was always in the plan, even before Microsoft bought them. So this is actually some people are even conspiring that Sony's deal with Activision is that you have one more Call of Duty left on your contract before
Mhm.
essentially Xbox has the deal.
Right.
And they're trying to say that Xbox rushed the contract and instead of having Call of Duty next year, they made this DLC a full game to technically count as
Right.
a Call of Duty game so they can get out their contract early and
Right.
everybody can have Call of Duty on Game Pass. That's the goal, right?
Yeah, that is the goal. That is the goal. There's an article by Weasley and Poole. Activision's justification for its much maligned Call of Duty launcher is failing on deaf ears. And what it sounds like in this article is that they are trying to streamline Call of Duty in a sense to where I believe it's just a hub, and then from there you'll be able to access everything. So I know some fans are upset right now. Of course, all games have bugs in them when they first come out. I was having tons of bugs playing Miles Morales. Almost bricked my PS5. But yeah, all games have bugs. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think all a lot of the big giant games are going to turn
mm,
into platforms essentially, and you're just going to get the new version of the game inside the same platform that you already had. So people were
mm,
upset that they didn't buy Modern Warfare 2, but you needed to download Modern Warfare 2 in order to even play Modern Warfare 3 because it's essentially
mm,
the same game in the same package.
yeah,
And they're even
yeah,
trying to do that with Assassin's Creed, where Assassin's Creed Infinite or Infinity is
right,
going to be a platform where you're going to be able to access all your Assassin's Creed content from that thing. And Microsoft did it too this year with Forza. There's no Forza 8. It's just Forza Motorsport. And they gonna just update that from here on out. I think the best
mm,
practices for that would be sports games. You just
yeah,
have just Madden and every year you pay for your roster update and some
mm,
feature drops and things like that. But it's essentially your platform that it's just the platform and you're not
mm,
buying $70 every year. But what
yeah.
publisher is going to give up $70 a year guaranteed?
Yeah. To me, I see that as like GTA 5, and I'm pretty sure once GTA 6 comes out, we're gonna be stuck on 6 for a while. Why? Because there's no need to update the game. They update the game through a DLC package or whatever the case may be, and you keep it pushing from there. Like I don't know. This might be the last GTA in our lifetime. Maybe, maybe,
I'm gonna push back a little bit
maybe.
on that. I'm gonna push back a little bit on that with the
Mm,
GTA 6 because GTA, what they realize is that instead of having to spend exorbitant amount of money to do story DLC, I am making billions of dollars from GTA Online.
right.
That GTA Online is the game. GTA 6 is the DLC.
Mm,
And they actually showed us that if you go to PlayStation and you look at the GTA 5, GTA 5 is an add on for GTA Online.
right.
And I think that was just a test bed to see how people were going to react and even how the systems will work in regards to all of that. So my thinking is obviously they want everybody to live into GTA 6. That's going to be like the metaverse in a
Yeah.
sense.
That's
You,
it.
you're going to
That's
live in
it.
it. Yeah.
That's done. Oh man, that's it.
Man. So speaking of Rockstar, the GTA 6, they got something good to say?
Yeah, let's go and look at their article on X, formerly known as Twitter. Uh, they actually posted a true heartfelt message. So this is coming from Rockstar Games on X. It says, "Next month marks the 25th anniversary of Rockstar Games. Thanks to the incredible support of our players worldwide, we have had the opportunity to create games we are truly passionate about. Without you, none of this would be possible, and we are so grateful for all of you for sharing this journey with us." In 1998, Rockstar Games was founded on the idea that video games could come to be as the essential to culture as any other form of entertainment. And we hope that we have created games you love and our efforts to be part of that evolution. Their last tweet says, "We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Thank you."
All right. So what's your hype factor for GTA 6?
Uh, my hype factor is definitely at a 10. It's just I was thrown off. I really didn't think that we would get an announcement from Rockstar this year. I thought it was it because it's been talked about so long, and then leaks came out. Leaks came out. The leaks look good. The leaks look good. Don't get me wrong. The leaks look good. Uh, I actually got kicked off at X for like a week because I posted some leaks. But I mean, listen, the community got to know. Like, it's there. Like, they should see it. They should be able to see it. Um, so yeah, my hype level is on 10. It's on 10. Like I got this right here. You gotta hear this. King's home. Rockstar is home. The king is home. Yo.
Rockstar's on. All right. For me, the hype is not there yet because you're essentially giving me an announcement about an announcement. So that's very un-Rockstar like. Usually you just wake up in the morning and it's like, hey, oh wow, Rockstar just dropped the trailer.
But I
Maybe,
mean, I don't know. Like, also technology wasn't even like that back then, though.
yeah, but you're Rockstar. You don't have to
Mm,
do those type. I think that was the hype was so high and the leaks was coming out so
hmm.
much. They just had to just say something because people were just getting upset that every week nothing was being done and nothing was being said,
Uh-huh.
and there was just so much going on. So they were just finding like, hey, look, next
Mm,
month we give you something. It'll probably be traditionally the first trailer of GTA's is just like
mm,
a setting trailer where they show you the setting and they show you some cars and what the NPCs are like, but usually it's no story, no anything. So
mm.
we'll see if it's the same thing like that.
I mean, to me, it has to be a beyond hype trailer. You can't gas it up like that. You cannot gas it up like that. And it's been viral ever since they tweeted about it.
Right.
It's
But
been
if
viral.
you go to the
Like,
past GTA, if you go to the original GTA 5 trailer, it was nothing but some music and some ambiance, and they're showing flamingos and they're showing
yeah. Yeah.
cars driving, and they're just
Oh
showing the
man.
scenery. Like they're showing you like this is the setting, this is where we're at. So the new
Hmm.
one will be,
Yeah.
hey, we're in Florida. This is what Florida is like on next gen,
Right.
and this is what we're doing. We have convertible
Mhm.
cars and we have rollerblades, things like that. Just
Yeah.
showing
Yeah.
the little things without having to tell us what the features are.
Right.
They're real,
But
real
I mean,
big
I
with
think
that.
this is gonna be big because there's a woman who's gonna be leading GTA 6.
Yep, the
So
very first
this is
woman,
gonna be different. This is gonna
and
be different.
word is that she is a Latina, so
Mm.
that'll be
Yeah.
big for representation. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Where were you? Do you remember where you was at when you got your GTA 5?
Where I was at? Uh, what year was the year that come out? 2012.
2012,
What year GTA 5 dropped?
2012, 2013. I want to say 2012.
2012. Let's get the official release date, September 17th, 2013.
Um,
So yeah,
that was like the
exactly.
end of the 360 era, the last
Yeah,
hurrah.
yeah.
Because 2 months
Uh,
after that, the
mhm.
Xbox One, PS4 came out.
Sheesh.
I remember
Crazy. Yeah.
my the last midnight release that I ever went to
Mhm.
was for
Right.
Grand Theft Auto 5 across the street from Bloomfield College. It was a
Mm.
store called Game World, Video Game World, and it was a long
Yeah.
line. And I paid cash, waited online at
Mhm.
midnight, played GTA all night. There was no
Mm.
GTA Online yet. It was just a story. Played it on my 360. My 360 was screaming because it was trying to do a lot.
Hey, the PS4 was screaming too, though. PS4 was screaming. My PS4 sounded like it was about to take off on a tarmac. Like
Yeah.
my PS4 is about to go from Jersey to Cali, like one way trip.
I would say, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. That was definitely different times. Definitely different times.
Yeah,
But I liked it. I definitely like it, and I look forward to it. But what I would like more, and what I would like the most, is if you could like and subscribe GTA Network
yes,
here on YouTube.
definitely. Yeah, man. Please like and subscribe. We definitely appreciate you. Appreciate all the fans for listening and watching. Definitely appreciate y'all. Hit that like.
Absolutely. Hit that like. That's all we need. Like,
Definitely,
comments, what we can do better, what you like
definitely.
to see,
Yes.
things of that nature.
Yes, get into the comments for us. Let us know what your feelings is about GTA 5, about all the news we ran down today. Like, tell us how you feel.
All right, so our gaming section is done. We're going to move on to entertainment. And apparently, there is a crisis at Marvel Entertainment where Marvel is reportedly considering bringing back original actors for the Avengers cast for a new
Mm.
Avengers movie. And this comes from Rafa Alvarez for Variety. The keepers of the comic book empire are considering some dramatic moves. Sources say that they have been in talks to bring back the original gang for an Avengers movie. This would include reviving Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, both of whom were killed off in Endgame. Spoilers. That shouldn't be a stumbling block. In comic books, beloved characters are often killed off, only to be resurrected thanks to the power of things like the multiverse. But the studio hasn't yet committed to the idea. If it were to bring those actors back, it wouldn't come cheap. Sources say Downing Jr.'s upfront salary for Iron Man 3 was around 25 million. So what do you think? They're bringing them back?
25 million ain't nothing to Disney, I want to say, first off.
Old Disney,
Um,
new Disney. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
think
they
it's
they
possible if they want to do. I mean, come on, there's so many multiverses. There's so many. There's so many. Like,
so if they
who's to
were
say?
to bring them back, you think it won't be essentially our Iron Man? It will be a variant of Iron Man from another multiverse.
Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible.
Yeah, I could see that happening. That you think that would be what they need to quote unquote save Marvel?
I mean, I get where they're coming from with this article. I definitely get where they're coming from. It's just, it is a crisis. It is a crisis, definitely.
It is.
So they got to figure it out.
This past September, a group of Marvel creatives, including studio chief Kevin Feige, assembled in Palm Springs for the studio's annual retreat. Most years, the vibe would have been confident, even cocky, given how the premier superhero brand, owned by Disney since 2009, has remade the entertainment business in this image. Quote, Marvel is truly fucked with the whole Kang angle, unquote, says one top deal maker who has seen the final Loki episode, which, as of right now, it will be filming and launching. Actually, it will be launching as we film this right now. So hopefully, when we're done with this, I'm gonna go check that out and see what they're truly fucked about, so to say.
Yeah, let's see. Let's definitely see. And did you get to see the Marvels movie yet?
Yeah, I saw Marvels actually today, this morning, early this morning.
How you feeling about it?
I enjoyed it. It was short. It
Mhm.
got straight to the point,
Right.
and it was a little more action oriented than I thought it was gonna be. And
Mm,
I'm one of the few people, I guess you could say, that actually liked Miss Marvel.
okay.
So seeing her in an actual full fledged movie and going back and forth with Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau, it was actually I will say I enjoyed it. I'm not upset about it at all. I enjoyed it. It's not as bad as everybody's trying to make it out to be.
Mm, okay. Okay. Definitely. I still haven't checked that out yet, but I'm definitely gonna check that out. Definitely tell you my thoughts for the next podcast up too. Um,
Yeah,
but I
we'll
heard,
see if we could do a proper review
yeah,
for
most
the
definitely,
Marvels.
most definitely. Um, so you want to talk about that? I guess you've seen it early this morning, but I guess it leaked before that. There was a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! If you guys haven't seen the movie yet, we're about to spoil some stuff for you. So fast forward about a minute or so if you want. But Doctor Beast,
That's what the word is out there.
that's what the word is out there. Um, and again, that whole multi universe thing. We could definitely see Professor X in there as well.
Okay, okay. Well, what I will say is definitely stay for the two end credits,
Mm,
as per the usual of Marvel films.
okay.
But yeah, definitely stay. The
Mm,
future is bright
mm,
if they continue doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, what Disney is supposed to be doing is combining Hulu and Disney Plus into one app. Now that they was able to buy the rest of the Comcast stake for 8.4 billion. So now Disney wholly owns the Hulu brand. So let's take it back real quick with Hulu. Hulu was a joint effort between Disney, Fox, and Comcast, which is NBC. And they wanted to use that to help their broadcast networks get some streaming without giving those to Netflix in a sense. They wanted to treat Netflix as a lumping dump and they wanted to get the next day viewings for Hulu. And about, I would say, a couple of years after they did that, Warner Brothers joined on and they had a 10% stake in Hulu. So they would put CW stuff on Hulu for next day viewing also. And then once Disney bought Fox, not the Fox network, but the Fox actual production company and IP, they basically owned almost 60% of Hulu. And once that happened, Warner Brothers sold their 10% to Disney for about $1.5 billion. And Comcast was the last holdout because Comcast was trying to build their own streaming service with Peacock, and Peacock didn't launch at the time, so they didn't know if they wanted to buy from Disney or get Disney to pay a pretty penny for their cut of Hulu.
Mm,
So we're going to talk from the article from CNBC. Bob Iger led company will have to pay at least 8.61 billion for the 33% stake in the streamer, with the deal expected to be closed at the end of 2024. Disney has agreed to take full control of Hulu in a deal with Comcast, which has owned a third of the streamer ever since Disney's acquisition of the 21st Century Fox Entertainment assets. Disney CEO Iger has signaled that he wants to refocus the company on its beloved content brands from Pixar and Marvel to Lucasfilm, including family and kids fare. Asked on CNBC in February 2023 what that meant for Hulu, he said, quote, "Everything is on the table right now, so I am not able to speculate whether we are buyers or seller of it. But I obviously have suggested that I'm concerned about the undifferentiated general entertainment content, particularly in the competitive landscape that we are operating in," end quote. So that's what I was talking about earlier about Disney being skeptical with money. They're paying a lot for Disney Plus episodes. Some even say 25 million per episode, and that's very very expensive. And now they're
mm-hmm.
having to buy $8.6 billion to get Hulu. Now you have Hulu and Disney Plus. So what are you going to do with those? Those are essentially the same product, right?
Right. And they're saying they expect Hulu to reach 55.2 million subscribers by 2026. That's crazy. That's a lot of subscribers.
It is. It is. It's, and if you add the Disney Plus subscribers, it's
Mm,
what, close to 100 million, right? Over 100 million at least. So
crazy.
when they do combine the two apps together, which will be in beta at the end of the year, or is that something that you're looking forward to? Is that something you would subscribe to?
Um,
A
I guess
Hulu Disney
depending,
Plus
I don't know.
combo?
I just don't want so many service subscriptions. I feel like now we have to get to a point where everything does have to definitely be streamlined. Uh because you add up all your services, you're pretty much, paying for cable, and nobody, wants to pay for cable and live subscription. So we definitely gotta streamline it. So I see this, as something as, helpful to streamline everything, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm the same. We'll see what the price is. Prices of these streaming things just keep going up and up.
Hmm.
But I guess it all depends on the content. You know, content is
Yeah,
king, so people will pay if they know the content will be there.
definitely.
That's definitely something that everybody can agree on. I believe.
Definitely.
And speaking of content, Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie is dead. This is by Aaron Couch for the Hollywood Reporter. Kevin Feige is no longer headed to a galaxy far, far away. The Marvel Studio boss, who was developing a Star Wars feature to produce, is moving on to other things as he focuses on the dozens of films and TV shows on his plate in the MCU. When asked if his Star Wars feature was happening, he told Entertainment Tonight simply, quote, "No." It was a part of a larger interview at the Las Vegas premiere at the Marvels on Tuesday. In 2019, the Hollywood Reporter revealed that Feige was developing the project, and in January 2021, news broke that he had hired Loki creator Michael Waldron to pen the script. Quote, "I love that world, and I love the notion of exploring new people and new places in that universe," Feige told the Hollywood Reporter in 2019. So yeah, like Kevin
I
Feige,
mean,
if he was to touch Star
mhm.
Wars, Star Wars would. What do you think? It'd be
I
all
mean,
right,
there
right?
goes that whole universe thing again. uh, yeah, I mean, it'll be all right. Uh,
Do you
Definitely some news
think he
there.
would be able to right the ship, so to speak, and how some fans like to talk about it.
I mean, fans are always gonna be fans, right? Like, I feel like no matter like who plays what character, like there's gonna be people that support it and the people that hate it, and that's for everything. That's for everything. Just for with Legend of Zelda, and they don't know if they want Chris Pratt or
I mean
uh,
Mario.
yeah, Mario. Uh, but they know, but I'm saying though, they're thinking about making him like fans want him to be Link too.
Mm.
So
They want to do
yeah,
Mario and
yeah,
Link.
yeah, yes. And then some people are like, no, I'm against it. Other people are like, okay, well, what about Chris Pratt? Like, but yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So
Um,
speaking of Nintendo and Link, they announced that they are developing a live action film of the Legend of Zelda, and it's actually started.
yeah,
So
yep.
you, after the Mario movie that came out and made over $1 billion, are you surprised that they go in live action and not going continue to use CG?
Uh, yeah, that's definitely surprising, but I guess they want to see how it does, just because Mario did so well. So I guess you can kind of see like, is it worth it to keep doing live action? So maybe Link's gonna be like the tester, as I see it. But we'll see how it does. I'm very interested.
Yeah. Yeah, this says this comes from Nintendo's website directly from the source. The film will be produced by Nintendo and Arid Productions Inc. and directed by Wes Ball. The film will be co-financed by Nintendo and Sony Pictures Entertainment, which will more than 50% financed by Nintendo. The theatrical distribution of the film will be done worldwide by Sony Pictures Entertainment. So there you have it. You have Sony and Nintendo collaborating on Link and Zelda. Who would have
Mhm.
thought?
Yeah,
What a
yeah,
time to be alive, huh?
and Sony backing it. Yeah, you know it's gonna be great. You know it's gonna be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, so who do you, since it's live action, you have any actors in mind? Who do you want to be Link and or
Um,
Zelda?
no, I don't have any in mind right now. I was thrown off a little bit by this announcement, to be honest. I did not see this happening, but
Oh, there was
people love
word
Link,
for a
so
while that Netflix was in development for Link, and
mhm.
that since it
But
had leaked out, that Nintendo backed out because it had leaked. That's the story,
the story, so they
so to
say.
speak. Yeah. No,
Everything
but
leaks nowadays, so
so you think they will be having adults, or you think they're gonna pick kids to play these characters?
I think it's gonna be a mix, maybe a progression. 'Cause, I mean, unless I don't know. Like, I feel like it has to be a progression at the same time, like watching him grow up and all in one film. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a tester or you're gonna make it a series. Because if it doesn't do well, then
Oh, it said this is a film, so this is a film, and I'm sure there will be some.
well, I was just saying, like, is it gonna be a Link 1, 2, 3? You see what I'm saying? Like a trifecta, like Fast and Furious, like.
If this makes $1 billion, you can guarantee it'll be a part two of
Right,
that.
right. But
Yeah,
if it does bad, then it's like, ooh.
true,
So
true. Yeah, so I wouldn't even know who to pick because I wouldn't even know what direction they're going. So
right,
the actors that they would have to choose, that'll be the hard part for them. And
definitely.
but now they'll be able to actually start auditions because
Yeah,
thankfully the actor strike is over.
over. Yes, yes. And Sony, they're gonna use that. I know Nintendo's gonna use that to the best of their capabilities to find the proper cast. Sony has big pool. Sony has big pool, so I'm pretty sure they'll get it done.
Right.
I'll be hearing something soon.
Yeah, let's hit some points about the actor strike actually. So this comes from Deadline by Dominic Patton and Anthony D'Alessandro. The SAG strike ends. Actors and studios reach new deal on a new 3-year contract. After 118 days, of the Actors Guild being on strike, SAG AFTRA and the studios on Wednesday reached a tentative deal on a new contract that could see Hollywood up and running again within weeks. Overall, the 6 months of Hollywood strikes is estimated to have cost the Southern California economy more than $6.5 billion and 45,000 entertainment industry jobs after production ground to a halt, with the WGA hitting the picket lines in early May and SAG AFTRA following in mid July. On an individual level, the labor action garnered passionate unity among guild members. At the same time, a fact not lost on the studios and their strategy, many guild members have suffered crippling financial hardship, as have below the line workers going months without work. I mean, you think about it with anybody, like you go months without work in anything, you're going to be hurting.
Definitely, definitely. And it's some people definitely hurting out here. I remember actors like posting on X saying, they don't they barely make money. Actors barely make money on you know, their royalties on like shows. Like it's nothing. It's
Hmm.
really nothing.
Hmm.
So crazy.
Let's talk about some of that. Some of the sticking points. Let's point some of them out. The pay increases. The minimum compensation will increase by 7%, which is above the increases received by the Writers Guild of America and the Directors Guild of America. So 7% increases for actors who make millions. That's actually pretty good.
All right.
And even actors that don't make millions, 7% is 7%, you know?
Right.
Streaming participation bonus. SAG AFTRA members will now receive a streaming participation bonus will be paid on top of their residuals. That's what's up. That's what we've been really asking for, you know? The streamers
Right.
are making billions and billions of dollars off these TV shows, but it's the actors who are playing these roles that's helping you get these billions of dollars.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I would
exactly.
assume it'll be
And they're
natural
all into
then.
the roles, and literally some people go crazy like because they want
Yeah,
to study that role so bad and be that person. Like,
right. So they
come on.
should naturally be compensated for their work,
Yeah,
just like anything.
definitely.
Also, increased pension and health contributions. The AMPTP will increase its contributions to the SAG AFTRA pension and health plans. That's a plus. And one of the biggest sticking points was AI, consent and compensation provisions for AI. The agreement includes unprecedented provisions for consent and compensation for SAG AFTRA members when their performances are used in artificial intelligence applications. So essentially, from what I read in that, if you do use me with anything that has to do with AI, you gotta pay.
Mhm.
You gotta pay.
Definitely.
You gotta pay,
Definitely.
as you should. Outsized compensation increases for background performers, or background performers will receive significant compensation increases, which is great. So then now you have even more
Mhm.
people who'll be willing to be background, and you don't have to
Definitely.
make an AI to do CG people and stuff. You actually pay
Mhm.
your people. And last but not least, critical contract provisions protecting diverse communities. The agreement includes a number of provisions designed to protect diverse communities in the film and television industries.
Awesome.
Right. The agreement is valued at over 1 billion and is considered to be one of the most significant contracts in SAG-AFTRA's history.
Mm,
It was needed. It was definitely needed.
definitely. Definitely. Nice
Happy for
payday.
them. Happy they got that done.
Yeah, about time. I'm ready for some new shows.
Yeah, new shows that I could like.
Mhm.
Even I was even thinking that you could even use go back to web shows. Go back to some lower budget 5-minute webisodes to continue these stories that
Mhm.
that just to things that the entertainment industry is missing is that when we was growing up, you was invested in those characters. You had numerous episodes to watch, you had reruns to watch, so you was invested in those characters. Nowadays, you have 8 episodes a season and the show is canceled after one season, and then you wonder why
Mhm.
people don't actually care about the characters. It's because we barely knew them.
Yeah, definitely.
They come and they go, and it's like by the time I actually get a chance to actually be like, "Yo, I want to know what's going on," you're telling me, "Hey, it's not happening no more."
Nope.
So it's hard. It's hard out there. But what isn't hard is just hitting that like button and that subscribe button and that bell for
Smash
them
that thing.
notifications.
Smash that thing.
Couple times. Click, 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 click. We appreciate every single like, every single
Definitely, guys.
subscription,
Appreciate you.
every single comment, all of them. Now we're going to talk about our last section for the night, which is technology. Apple's new high-end MacBook Pro comes in black with up to 128 gigs of RAM. This comes from Chris Welch from The Verge. Apple is introducing upgraded models of the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro, M3 Pro, and M3 Mac processors today. Design wise, they retain the exact same look and port layout as their predecessors, but now come in a new, quote, space black color that that replaces the space gray. I don't know, I like the color. I like the fact that, like they're trying to say black is the black version. When you see the black Mac, it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
buzzing.
that guy right there is, or that girl right there, she's working because that's a
Right.
beefy computer. If you have that black one, that means you are in a field that needs that computational power. And also, I always say Apple is a fashion technology company. So adding that black to differentiate from the other ones,
Mm.
that'll make people a little bit more inclined to upgrade, even if they don't have to. Do you have a
Yeah.
Mac? Do you have a MacBook?
I had a MacBook with the touch bar. I didn't really like it, so I'm glad they finally got rid of the touch bar. Um, I will say though, it does say up to 100 and what 28 gigs of RAM. And was their base model start at what like 8 gigs? And it's already like expensive. It's already expensive. Um, and I just felt like during the presentation, like would I upgrade? Personally, I wouldn't because during the Apple presentation, I felt like they were comparing the newest MacBook to their first version, the M1. So with the M3
Very
chip versus
clever. Very clever.
uh so yeah, personally I'm not upgrading. People might, but I wouldn't.
No, I would. I have an M1 Pro, with 16 gig. I think it's only a 10 core CPU. I don't have any inkling to upgrade yet for my workload. But I also think that's Apple's problem that they created themselves because the leap to M1 was so good
Mm-hmm.
that I don't necessarily have to or need to upgrade right now. But if you have like a Mac that has a touch bar or the old Intel chips, then definitely this is the computer for you. Definitely upgrade to a M2, M3 if you can, and you probably won't be have to buy a computer for a couple of years.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. You might have to. The way technology been booming recently. Oh
For
man,
for the average
like
person, I don't think you would. I don't think you would need to upgrade because there's not much you
not for the
need.
average person,
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's what Apple really wants is because the MacBook sales have been failing, but they've been failing because, like I said, the M1s were so good that people don't have the need to or the want or desire to want to upgrade because they're so
Right.
good, man. But if you have a Windows computer, a Windows laptop, and the battery is like 3 hours, I think it's time for you to
Time to hang it up.
yeah, I think it's time to take it off.
Yeah.
So Apple says its new space black finish should be less of a fingerprint magnet than the dark blue midnight MacBook Air. The company attributes this to a breakthrough chemistry that forms an anodization seal to greatly reduce fingerprints. That said, I can't imagine that the seal will do much to prevent scratches or scuffs, which tend to shine as bright silver if they're deep enough. And this, friends, is exactly why I go over with silver every time. I don't know. I will go with the black if I had the choice.
Yeah, definitely the black.
Yeah.
Definitely
The
black. All
silver,
black
I feel like
everything.
the silver scratches a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And
You
everybody
see
has
them.
silver for well over a decade. So something new is always.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember
blue is always nice.
the the MacBooks, what it was called, the iBooks, and they had like different colors and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I had an all white one. I still might
yeah,
have it in the closet somewhere, to be honest.
yeah. I could see Apple moving like the regular MacBooks or even the MacBook Airs to what they're doing with the M3. No, with the iMacs. How the iMacs have all
Mm,
different colors and they're colorful and vibrant. I
right,
think there's a portable laptop that they can do that for, and that'll definitely entice some, especially some college kids, to want to come and join the Mac world.
definitely.
We have some comparisons for the MacBook Pro battery life compared to the M2 MacBook Pro's battery life. This comes from 9 to 5 Mac by Michael Potluck. The 2023 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro laptops come with new M3, M3 Pro, or M3 Max Apple Silicon chips that deliver the best power and efficiency that the company's portable Macs have ever seen. So they say the new 16-inch, the Pro and the Pro Max laptops offer 22 hours of video playback on one charge, and the previous one was 21 hours. So you gain an hour.
All
The
right.
14-inch was 22 hours, and the previous one was 17 hours. So that's significant right there.
Yeah, that's significant. Definitely.
Yeah, and it says the MacBook Pro models continue to feature fast charging, up to 50% in charge in 30 minutes with a 96-watt brick and 140 watt for the 16-inch. So that's really not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, but I think one of the versions though, take away the Thunderbolt charging. So I'd be careful. I'd look at like the specs and details.
Definitely go to Apple's website and compare all the specs to the ones that you think provide you the most benefit and bang for your buck, for sure.
Definitely.
We're going to move on to Lenovo and how Lenovo launches the Legion Go and aims straight for the handheld PC crown. This
Mm,
is from Nick Evanson from PC Gamer. You want to take this one?
sure. Lenovo announced its plans to enter the handheld gaming PC market back in September, and 2 months later, the Legion Go is now finally in Lenovo stores. In the US, you can get AMD Z1's Extreme APU and handle all CPU and GPU duties. That houses 8 Zen 4 CPU cores and 12 NDA, 3 GPU compute units, with both sporting a huge 8.8-inch IPS, 16 by 10 ratio Quad HD Plus, which is 2560 by 1600, 144 hertz refresh rate, 500 nits brightness touchscreen, 16 gigabyte LPDDR5, with a PCIe 4.0 NVMe in point 2 with a 49.2 watt hour battery. Can be super rapidly charged with a 65-watt USB, all running Windows 11.
Hmm.
Um, hmm,
So just to put in perspective, they said it has 8 Zen 4 CPU cores.
right. Um,
For
right.
reference, the Xbox and the PS5 has 8 Zen 2 CPU cores. And
Right.
this has 12 RDNA 3 GPU compute units, and the Xbox and the PS5 uses RDNA 2. So if you want to talk next gen, this is kind of it on paper, actually.
On
On
paper,
paper,
because it has a 144 hertz refresh rate, but the 500 nits brightness, that's not that bright.
it's not. It's not.
Not that bright.
It's not. So you outside on
So
a sunny day, we don't know.
it's over.
We don't
It's
know.
over. And you definitely want to light up those pixels. And if those pixels are not lighting up properly, that's just what's the point, you know?
Hmm.
So I see it on paper. I see it. It has potential. It has potential, but
Yeah. And
the
also, you get to
crown.
play all your PC games, your games on
Mhm.
on Steam. You even get to stream games from Game Pass and the NVIDIA GeForce Now. So it's a
Which
pocket
is amazing.
computer.
Which is amazing because I think most things you can't even stream Game Pass directly from like an app. So that's cool. Um,
It's running Windows 11, so it's a full blown. Windows computer. You
Right.
could put Photoshop on it, all those other things you want to do. And in the US, it's
Mm,
512 gig model retails for $699, and the 1 terabyte version is $50 more, so it's
mm,
750. I mean, compared to its predecessors, like it's on paper,
right.
this is a beast.
Yeah,
This is a
definitely.
beast.
Definitely.
And they
It's
even
all about
have
like
they
put something on paper.
Lenovo has also copied the specific feature of Nintendo's most much loved portable console in that the controllers are
Mm,
fully detachable and they come off just like how the Switch comes off. And the
mm,
base model actually weighs about a pound and a half more than the Switch. So take
yeah.
that with it as you
I
will.
mean, it has to though. It has to be definitely heavier because look at that. It's running 500 nits. You got Zen 4 CPU cores in there, running 12 RDNA. Like it has 144 hertz refresh rate. That takes a lot of power. So the battery life got to be great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It definitely is. Is the battery life? I would say running, at max quality, probably be two and a
Mm,
half, 3 hours maybe.
mm. That enough
Which
to
is, I
game though
mean,
is
how
the
long are you
question.
going to be playing in a handheld for that
That's
long?
that's what people say. But if
Yeah,
you want an
so
airplane for 8 hours,
you should be plugged up
I
by
need
then, right?
yeah, hopefully.
I mean, how many airplanes don't have an outlet in your
I've
chair?
been on a couple flights out of Jersey lately, and that not everyone has them plugins. I've been flying United, JetBlue. I mean, they've been slacking. I don't know what's going on.
Man, it's rough out there for that.
Mhm,
Now, we want to talk about one of the last topics tonight. And for Lenovo, this is a competitor. And I think this is the one that started this whole pocket PC portable gaming wave, and that is the Steam Deck. And Steam Deck is actually introducing the Steam Deck OLED for $549. You could take this.
mhm. So, Steam Deck's HDR OLED display is designed from the ground up for gaming with striking contrast, brilliant clarity, and a larger picture. With more colors, pure blacks, and amazing motion rendition, you'll see your games in a new light. Play longer, download faster with Steam Deck OLED. We've overhauled the internals, making battery life longer and downloads faster. At that same time, we made a device a bit lighter and cooler. Steam Deck OLED has 30 to 50% more battery life. We fit a bigger battery into the case, and the OLED display draws less power. Combined with updated, more efficient AMD APU, you have more time to play your favorites. Steam Deck OLED comes with Wi-Fi 6, increased bandwidth, and lower latency. This means faster downloads, up to 3 times faster, and stable online play. Thanks to a bigger fan and updated thermal, Steam Deck OLED runs cooler. It also weighs 30 grams or 5% lighter than the LCD model due to the screen. That's amazing.
It is.
That
That
that's
that's
amazing.
that, and they're calling this the Steam Deck, essentially 1.5. It's like a stopgap right before we
Yeah,
do Steam Deck 2. And for those who might be like, hey, I'm gonna wait for the
mhm,
Steam Deck, you're gonna wait a while because they already said it's
right.
gonna be a couple of years. And this right here is just more like a
Well,
quality of life kind of thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, fans are mad right now because one, it's only in the USA and I believe Canada. Two, um, they technically never said that Steam Deck wasn't gonna release another one, but technically fans were like, okay, well, you're telling us that you're not gonna release one for a couple of years, and we won't see your refresh upgrade. And now you're throwing an OLED in our face, especially to the ones who just bought a Steam Deck. Just bought a Steam Deck. I almost thought about buying a Steam Deck, but I've been holding off for as long as I could. And I actually might go ahead with this Steam Deck OLED only because it now has a 90 hertz refresh rate, down from the original 60, right? So, but then we got a better Bluetooth 5.3, so better support with all controls, accessories, and audio. Bigger battery life, which we already talked about. Um, and then also USB DisplayPort, 5 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes NVMe SSD, or 1 terabyte, which is only like $50 more. Actually, I think it's 100, 649 for the but you're also getting more things for the 1 terabyte. Um, and then they're also releasing a limited edition for $50 more. It's only limited quantity. Um, but yeah, a whole limited edition for $50 more for the 1 terabyte.
Hmm. Can't beat that.
Sheesh.
$50. Can't beat that.
Yeah, no, no. I would definitely go for the limited edition first. Only because I feel like every console I have right now is limited edition. I got the limited edition Switch in the back. I got even my PS5, even though, it wasn't a limited edition, but it's from Burger King. Like it was a Burger King giveaway. So I call that limited edition. And then
That's as
I have
limited as it
the
gets.
right, exactly. And then I have the Halo Xbox Series X. And the Mario Switch back there. So I feel like
You should change
everything.
your name from Showtime to Limited. The limited keys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So with me, the Steam Deck, I held off because I saw that periodically, like every batch, every couple of batches, they would like give you a different fan or they'll give you different
Mhm,
buttons. And like I saw that they were incrementally getting it better over time. So I
mhm.
didn't want to be the ones that buy it. And I'm like, oh, you bought it and a week later you didn't buy the one that had the upgraded fan or the one that had, the buttons that don't stick correctly, things of that nature. So
Mhm,
I held off as long as I could. And also I already know that that competition is going to get real fierce. You already have the Lenovo Legion, you already have the ROG Ally, you
mhm.
already have this Steam Deck OLED, you have to Switch 2 next year. There's a lot. The handheld market is
Yeah,
booming, but
yeah.
I need battery life to catch up to how I want to play. And I want to play games at 60 frames per second with at minimum
Mhm.
720p, with medium to high settings.
Right,
So
right.
a device that can give me a battery that I don't have to worry about hugging a wall all the time, or if I'll open it up and then I'm just like, hey, I have to charge it. I don't want to have to think about that. So that's why I
Mhm,
purchased the Logitech G Cloud, where it's just a streaming device. Because I'm primarily a console gamer, so I stream my
mhm.
Xbox and my PlayStation to my G Cloud, and it has a 12-hour battery life. So whenever I open
Right.
it, if I don't open it for 2 days, I turn it on, it's not dead. I don't have to worry about
Mhm.
charging it. I can automatically play. And to me, that's the ease of use that I want. I want to have to not
Right.
worry about the battery.
Yeah, I understand that. Also, I guess it depends on the game as well. I mean, it can last anywhere from it's saying what 3 to 12 hours. So it
Yeah,
definitely all
12
depends on the
hours
game.
is with Tetris,
I,
like,
I gotta get this in hand. I gotta get
right.
this in hand. I gotta see
So,
it. I gotta
yeah,
see it.
like,
It could live up to its potential. It's also saying it can reach 1,000 nits peak brightness for HDR games.
yeah,
So
for HDR
um,
content. Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it
I
goes. If you do
think we'll
get it,
grab me the Steam Deck OLED. Yeah.
we'll do a proper review on it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm trying to get the limited edition one. I got to, right?
It's the only way to do it.
Right.
All right, and with that, we have reached the end of our news for episode 1. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm just ready. I'm ready for it all. I'm ready. Just it's more news each and every day. I can't wait to see what we have for EP2 next week. So
EP2 next week. Um, what we have planned is for this podcast, we're just gonna grow it as much as we could. This was our first go run at it. We've been trying to do this for a while, and we figured, hey, since we talk about this stuff all the time, why not just record ourselves and get it done? And hopefully, you like what we talk about. Leave the comments down below and let us know we can improve, what you would like us to talk about, what you want to see more, what you want to hear more, and we can't thank you enough for spending some time with us. We have a little bit of technical
yeah, man.
difficulties with Marquise's video, but these are growing pains. These are pains that we're gonna go through, and we're gonna go through them all together. And what I want to know is by episode 44, I want to look back on this episode and do a nice little retrospective to see how far we've came.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. So should we wait for you to get your camera back, or should we end
I
this
think it
right
died.
here?
I think it died. I think it died. That's the
At,
problem.
it, that's fitting.
How
So
long were we
for
recording for?
uh, just well over an hour, well over an hour.
Mm.
So we're gonna give you guys a farewell, and thank you guys for everything, and we'll see you next week. Peace.